Black Friday shoppers search for sales while businesses in Potsdam prepare for Shop Small Saturday. Plus, we head to Feltz Mills, where a historic home is up for auction and could be yours for just $1. But first, the latest details from Lisbon. Authorities released the identity of the individual found dead Thursday on the side of the road. Good evening, I'm Zach Grady. Garrett Domblewski is off tonight. State police have identified the body of a woman found Thursday afternoon on the side of the road in St. Lawrence County. New York State troopers were called Thursday afternoon to Prairie Road near Lisbon around 1:15. Authorities tell us they found the body of 25-year-old Ashley Bernard of Messina. Bernard's body was found in a ditch on the side of the road. An autopsy has been completed. The cause and manner of death are pending toxicology results. Anyone with information is asked to call state police at 315-379-0012. Residents of the North Country might have spent Thursday stuffing turkeys and stuffing their stomachs. It's bags that were being stuffed on Friday as the holiday season shopping starts up. At Salmon Run Mall, bargain hunters flocked to the popular stores like Dick's, Bath & Body Works, and Famous Footwear. Shoppers we spoke to say that they're glad they got to go off of coupons and see Black Friday bouncing back to its pre-pandemic self. Deals were around every corner, and so were the lines. Some say that they weren't even looking for deals, they just wanted to be in on the action.
It's the only day they let you stack coupons, and they let you get that big tote for $40 if you spend $40.
We're just out browsing around, looking at some of the sales, just enjoy being out around people in the holiday season, day after Thanksgiving, getting ready for Christmas was really, to us, is really the important part of the year, being able to just be around people and having fun and holiday cheer.
Extended hours have also begun at Salmon Run Mall. You can head to the 7 News homepage for more details. As shoppers searched for the best deals, they also had a chance to check out this year's Festival of Trees. The former Bonton store at the Salmon Run Mall has been transformed into a winter wonderland for the 22nd annual event. Community members and local companies sponsored the trees to be decorated and sold. It's a Wonderful Life is the theme of this year's festival. All of the money raised from selling the trees is split between the Samaritan Medical Center Foundation and the Watertown Family YMCA. Organizers say with 88 donated trees, 12 trees donated by local schools, this is a record-setting year.
Seeing all these beautiful trees, I love watching families walk around and look at these trees and getting into the excitement of Christmas.
The school trees will be raffled off. You can bid on trees in person or online. The festival runs through December 4th. The days of camping out all night for Black Friday deals appear to be over, but millions are still shopping this holiday weekend. CBS's News' Michael George tells us retailers across the country are offering some big discounts.
When the doors opened at this New Jersey Best Buy on Black Friday, the race for deals was just a stroll.
All right, here we go.
A far cry from the frenzied crowds of old.
We would do that, leave the house at 3 in the morning and get online.
Even though people are now waking up a little later, stores are still seeing a steady stream of shoppers.
Fun way to spend a family day.
It's estimated a record 166 million people are planning to shop in-store and online during the holiday weekend, almost 8 million more than last year. And many are finding deals.
A lot of retailers are in a position where they have a lot of inventory. They have a lot of things that they want to move through, which means for the shopper, discounts, bargains, sales.
Retailers are cutting prices on everything from apparel to appliances. Adobe Analytics says online shoppers will find deep discounts for computers, electronics, and toys. That's good news for Americans struggling with inflation and the weakening economy. A global study by Oracle found 60% of shoppers plan to spend less this holiday season.
They're going to be more careful and more specific about how they shop, where they shop, and what prices they buy items at.
The Sterniello family is going to cut back a little this year, except for Amelia, who'll be celebrating her first Christmas.
Most of our presents and money are going towards her, and then the rest of the family is getting a little bit less than you normally would.
People who plan to shop later are in luck. Retail experts say stores will continue to offer discounts well into December. Michael George, CBS News, East Rutherford, New Jersey.
As big retailers cash in on Black Friday, tomorrow is all about small businesses. 7 News reporter Sean Brenda tells us how Shop Small Saturday not only helps holiday shoppers check items off their Christmas list, it helps North Country business owners as well.
With the Christmas decorations up and the holiday music playing, the season for gift shopping is in full swing. On Friday in Potsdam, the streets may look cold and wet, but inside Maple Run Emporium, owner Mary Hilton is getting ready for Small Business Saturday tomorrow. She says this time of year, Small Business Saturday brings a lot of people into her store, and the marketing for it has been helpful with a lot of other stores in the community.
People are very much aware of it, and they're conscious of it, and they set aside time on Saturday to shop and support the small businesses.
Further down the street at Brick and Mortar Music Shop, store owner Allison Carney says she's glad Small Business Saturday is back after 2 years of struggles and supply chain issues due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
It was really hard to get inventory, so we'd be waiting on orders that we did for months. So now that we're starting to see that inventory come in, I think it's going to be a really positive holiday season.
Amanda Goldstein runs the Brewer Bookstore at St. Lawrence University and says that good gifts for loved ones are those that aren't necessarily expected.
Some of the best presents are things that people wouldn't buy for themselves. And so I think our store is great for that, because you can see a lot of things that, that your loved ones might not normally spend the money on for themselves or pick out for themselves.
From cooking gear to clothing, even books are a good idea for a Christmas gift this season. Whatever people shop for on Saturday, it's a win for their Christmas list and a win for small business owners. Sean Brenda, 7 News.
The grand reopening of the Paddock Arcade will highlight Small Business Saturday tomorrow in Watertown. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., you'll have a chance to do some holiday shopping from locally owned businesses both at the Paddock Arcade and at the Franklin Building. In addition to the deals, there will be live performances, treats, giveaways, and even appearance from Santa Claus himself. John, Small Business Saturday, what's the weather going to be like for shoppers?
It's going to be beautiful tomorrow, Zach, as a matter of fact. Sure, we dealt with a whole lot of clouds and some rain earlier today. Now, just some clouds, and that's really about it. Let's check those maps. First look weather brought to you by Doors Plus, garage door sales and service in Adams Center. Give them a call, 315-777-8550. Low pressure east of Maine over the Gulf of St. Lawrence, giving us a northwesterly wind flow. A couple of flurries coming off the end of the lake, mainly down in central New York and potentially over the Adirondacks as well. Skies will clear on out after midnight, 31 at 6. By noon, some sun and temperatures in the mid-40s. Some of us topping out near 50 on our Saturday. So we'll talk about that. We'll also look at it next week as well. I heard a few. Zach, back to you.
Thanks, John. Watertown lawmakers look to update its zoning ordinance as the question of where could warming centers be built in the city. 7 News reporter Brendan Straub has the latest on the discussions.
The unfortunate and the hard part of codes and zoning is you have to look at your bookends. Meaning, what could be.
And it's what could be that has Watertown Mayor Jeff Smith concerned. In the city's draft zoning ordinance, so-called warming centers to help the homeless are now defined as adult daycares, which could be built in 3 of the 8 proposed districts that make up the city. Those districts are scattered throughout Watertown, many on main roads like Washington State and Coffeen Streets. Smith is ultimately worried that too many of the possible zone locations back up to residential areas.
I don't know of many single-family people that are going to say, we've got our 2-year-old kid, and next to that is going to be a great place to raise our child.
Other members on council, however, don't see it that way. They say there needs to be a solution to the homeless problem.
We have 3 people on the council right now that have an interest in seeing this problem resolved in the best way for those that are homeless. And the rest of the residents in the city want this done.
If you don't have a location, you have nothing. I think that we have to identify a spot in the city where this would work.
7 News did reach out to the Watertown Area Rescue Mission, or WARM, to see how the process is going on bringing a warming center to Watertown, but we did not hear back. The city will have one more open house to get feedback on the zoning ordinance before the end of the year. Then the draft will be sent to the appropriate planning boards for approval. Brendan Straub, 7 News.
After receiving multiple complaints, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office is warning the public of an arrest warrant scam. Officials say the scammers are calling, demanding payment in the form of gift cards to avoid being arrested on a warrant. Authorities tell us scammers may have even identified themselves as members of local law enforcement, including detectives with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Ben Timmerman says the Sheriff's Office will never call to inform a person of a warrant and will never ask for money.
Obviously, law enforcement does not ever contact you by phone and demanding any form of payment. If we have a real warrant for you, we're not going to demand payment from you. We're going to come knock on your door and demand that you come with us.
Timmerman says if a scammer contacts you, report the interaction to the Federal Trade Commission. You can find a link to the FTC site on our homepage, WWNYTV.com. Still to come, Mel's in with your North Country Sports Report.
Hey, Zach, we head to the soccer pitch one more time for our Athlete of the Week. That story in sports.
Plus, when 7 News continues, a piece of North Country history. We take a tour of the nearly 200-year-old home that namesakes Phelps Mills.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News Tonight with Garrett Dumbluski. Tonight's weather with John Kubis. And your North Country sports with Mel Busler.
Let's look at weather.
Friday's nightly numbers, the daily 207 and the wind 0778. A piece of North Country history is up for auction. 7 News reporter Chad Charette traveled to Phelps Mills to meet the man who is auctioning off the home of the hamlet's name.
Once in a lifetime opportunity for somebody here.
A historic home up for auction. The starting bid, $1.
Now all I can tell you is that by starting at $1, we can get $1 million, but by starting at $1 million, we wouldn't be able to get $1. It's a psychological thing.
This 350-acre property used to belong to John Felt, the namesake of Phelps Mills. He built the limestone mansion back in 1827. Being inside,
never did peek in here.
Looks and feels like another century.
It's the Center Hall Colonial. It's right here on the Black River. I mean, just the architecture of the place is a really cool place. I mean, it's right on the front cover of the stone houses of Jefferson County.
Bernie Brostek is responsible for auctioning off the property. According to him, the winner takes it all. That includes everything left behind in the home, new and old.
But this part here is the part that's going to need restoration.
The home's previous owner spent her time downstairs. Upstairs has remained untouched for over 100 years. Brostek says, with enough work, these rooms will be something special.
This is going to require somebody that has deep pockets in order to be able to restore this and bring us back to its grandeur, how it used to be back originally when it was built.
The auction will be held on Sunday, December 10th, and there will be a $5 cover fee. Folks will also be able to cast their bid online, and money generated from that cover fee will be going to the Jefferson County Historical Society. Chad Charette, 7 News.
John Kubis is in next with your full forecast.
It's finally here. The Ford Get Holiday. Now, tonight's weather.
Quiet outside. It's cloudy. That's really about it. Let's check those numbers. 38 degrees. Winds from the west at about 9. A bit of a wind chill. Feels like 31. Pressure right now is high, 2998. Has been on the rise. That bodes well for some sun on our Saturday. 46 the high, 37 the low. As far as the average is well above the average low of 26 and actually 3 degrees better than the normal high of 43. A record 64 set back in 01 was a chilly one back in 2013. We got down to 7 degrees. Upper 20s at Old Forge, 36 in Lowville, and also in Messina. 35 in Barnes Corners, 39 across the border in Kingston. Lower 40s in Syracuse, mid-30s in Ottawa. 43 in Boston, 47 in New York City. Detroit, currently 38. 56 in Dallas, mid-50s, way down there in Atlanta. Middle 40s in Minneapolis, 41 in Denver. Phoenix, currently at 58. All right, high pressure located off to our west. We'll eventually work on it. A lot of clouds outside right now. Had that rain earlier today, courtesy of that cold front that passed on by. Front really didn't cool us off all that much, and high pressure will give us a whole lot of sunshine on our Saturday, especially tomorrow afternoon. Notice on the futurecast, maybe some snow showers or some flurries over the Adirondacks. Around 7:30 in the morning, some breaks in the overcast, and temperatures pretty much around freezing into the upper 20s to lower 30s. During the day tomorrow, full sun by the afternoon, and I think we'll have highs pretty much in the mid to upper 40s, some spots near 50. Overnight tonight, Jefferson County lows pretty much in the upper 20s to lower 30s, mainly cloudy skies. Tomorrow we'll call it partly sunny, highs in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. In Lewis County overnight, cloudy for you, lows in the upper 20s tomorrow. Partly sunny, highs pretty much in the mid to upper 40s, so a nice day on the Tug Hill Plateau. In St. Lawrence County tonight, lows mid to upper 20s, mainly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, partly sunny. Highs pretty much in the 40s, 46 in Canton, 43 in Wanakina. And it looks like just kind of a quiet day for you. Now, clouds build on in Saturday night, and I think Sunday morning we'll keep it dry. Sunday afternoon, not so much. Rain moves on in. Monday, some rain, some snow in 38. Tuesday, partly sunny in 40. Another big warm up on Wednesday, highs around 50 with rain likely. Bit of a cool down Thursday and Friday, some snow on Thursday, highs around 36, lows in the mid 20s and upper 30s, and partly sunny on your Friday. That's all I have for tonight. Have a great weekend. Coming up next, Mel has sports. Stay tuned.
Now your North Country sports.
With the World Cup happening this week, we honor our final soccer player of the season. His performance on the pitch for Lyme earning him the Watertown Savings Bank 7 News North Country Athlete of the Week Award. Derek Radley of Lyme receives this week's honor. This talented soccer player had an exceptional season at Lyme. He had 18 goals and 18 assists for the Lakers. He was first in assists and total points in the Frontier League. Among his more impressive games, 4 goals and 2 assists in a win over Sackett's Harbor, 1 goal and 4 assists in a victory over South Louis. He's a first-team Frontier League All-Star.
Just play with Soccer Central, play in the local club with Lyme down at the Y, and just practice on my own. Oh, it definitely helps out, even when all you do is just kick at a wall or something. Every little thing helps. I'm pretty happy with what we got and how they're helping me, especially passing the ball so I can get my goals and stuff.
Yeah, Derek, I know his numbers aren't where he wants to, but Derek does so much more than just score for us. He takes so much pressure, and he takes so much attention away for him. You know, he's always having 3 guys on him, and that really opens up the field for everybody else, because when there's 3 guys just shadowing him, I'm able to push him to the other sideline, and that opens up basically the entire field for everybody else. So those scoring chances really improve when they start marking up on him. Yeah, Derek, he's fast, man. He runs like a deer. He is so fast with the ball and without. I don't know many people that can catch up with him in a foot race, to be honest.
Congratulations to Derek Radley of Lyme, the Watertown Savings Bank 7 News North Country Athlete of the Week. Boys basketball on this Friday. Plenty of tournament action. The semifinals of the Brady Frazier tournament at St. Regis Falls. Rushton Myra against Salmon River. Dustin Baker to Casey Martin for 2 of his team best 11 points. Panthers within 4. Sebastian Laughing for 2 of his game best 18 points, including 3 threes. Sage Sauvé jukes through the middle for 2. Carter Lyons with the hard move to the rack for 2. Martin lights up the 3, cutting the Shamrock lead to 6. David Landon counters with a 3, sparking a 21-6 final burst. Salmon River beats Rushton Myra 53-32. Parishville Hopkinton at St. Regis Falls. Caleb Boykin, the lane for the Saints' first points. Nate White, the steal in the quick 2, Panthers up 4-2. Saints work the ball inside post to Luke Chapman. It's all tied up. Boykin again from the land of 3, 7-4 Saints. Off the steal, Jordan Snell to Trent Briggs for the bucket. PH leads 9-7. Jake Johnson fights inside for 2 of his game best 18 points. Briggs off the steal for 2. Panthers nail 3 3-balls in the final 3 minutes to seal a 35-27 victory. Well, tonight's local scoreboard's brought to you by Kraft 836 Canteen on Coffeen Street in Watertown. featuring crafted specialty pizzas, shareable appetizers, desserts, and sandwiches. For great food to go or eat in, it's Craft 836 Canteen. Boys high school basketball, the Lafargeville Thanksgiving Tournament. Belleville-Henderson defeats Herman DeKalb. Lafargeville by 20 over Alexandria. Brady-Fraser Tournament at St. Regis Falls. Salmon River defeats Brushton-Myra. St. Regis Falls losing to Parishville-Hopkinton. Saranac Tournament. Northeastern Clinton over Potsdam. Messina beats Saranac. Girls high school basketball, the Saranac Tournament. It was Heuvelton, a winner over Beekmantown. Men's college hockey, Providence nips St. Lawrence. Women's college hockey, Clarkson over Maine. Also, SUNY Potsdam, a winner over King's College. And pro hockey tonight, they go into a shootout. Watertown defeats Carolina. Kelly Yarncroc scored the go-ahead goal midway through the second period. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Minnesota Wild 4-3. The victory spoiled Wild goalie Marc-Andre Fleury's return to the net. Mitch Marner scored first for Toronto to stretch his point streak to 15 straight games and extend the longest run in the NHL this season. Zach Aston Reese and William Nylander each had a goal, and John Tavares had 2 assists for the Maple Leafs. The Boston Bruins set the NHL record for most home victories to start the season with their 12th straight, topping the Carolina Hurricanes 3-2 in overtime with a power play goal from David Pasternak. The Bruins broke the mark of 11 that was set by the 1963-64 Chicago Blackhawks and equaled by the Florida Panthers last season. Jeremy Roach scored a season-high 21 points. Mark Mitchell added 16. Number 8, Duke, withstood Xavier's second-half comeback for a 71-64 win in the semifinals of the Phil Knight Legacy Tournament. The Blue Devils advanced to the championship game thanks to the play of their standout guard and another strong defensive effort. Roach came 1 point shy of matching his career high. The Blue Devils rebounded after an unexpectedly tight victory over Oregon State in the opening round of the event. Xavier was held to 2 points over the final 5 minutes. Bijan Robinson rushed for 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Ford made his 4th interception of the season. Number 24, Texas, defeated Baylor 38-27. The Longhorns kept alive their chances of making the conference title game. Now, if Kansas can beat number 15 Kansas State on Saturday, Texas will face number 4 TCU for the Big 12 championship. Robinson gained 65 of Texas's 75 yards on its go-ahead drive, scoring from the 1 to give the Longhorns a 31-27 lead with 8:25 remaining. Roshan Johnson finished with 13 carries for 77 yards, 2 touchdowns for Texas. Michael Pratt found Shea Wyatt with a 30-yard touchdown pass with 5 minutes left to lead number 19 Tulane to a 27-24 win over number 24 Cincinnati. The Green Wave will host the December 3rd American Conference Championship game. Tyjae Spears rushed for 2 touchdowns, had 181 yards to contribute to the cause for Tulane, which beat Cincinnati for the first time in 5 tries. Tulane also snapped the Bearcats' 32-game home streak. Up next, a man who owns over 100 pairs of sneakers. Yeah, Zach Grady after this timeout.
Toyota Sports Report, sponsored by your local Toyota.
For Mel and for John, this has been 7 News Tonight. Brendan Straub is back tomorrow with the Weekend Report.